It's a nice little pivot you done there. Off you gallop, go on. Right, good morning guys. Well, it's just barely morning. We got up late this morning. Well, one of us did anyway. Not naming names. But yep, it's autumn here in the UK. Our first day back out after coming back from our epic adventures in Florida. Today we come back to probably our favourite place just to roam and chill out, and there's not a lot going on, to be honest with you. We are here in central Bedfordshire at ZSL Whipsnade Zoo, and with the weather changing, the animals are getting very lethargic and going into a almost hibernation type sort of circumstance. They're not very doing a great deal, but we'll go around, capture what we can, and give you just a general view of what it is like on a brisk autumn day out here. I'd certainly rather be in Florida, that's for sure, but there you go. Anyway guys, see you in a bit. European lynx there. Obviously, as we are now in autumn, there's not so much foliage for them to hide, so they're pretty much left out in the open, and they'll just find a spot and doze off, which is exactly what he's doing right there. So, learnt an interesting new word called torpor. I knew they didn't truly hibernate deeply like they may perhaps do in the wild, but they go into a more lethargic state. I guess that's like the rest of us this time of year, but it is beautiful out here with the trees, the leaves turning, going a brown, orange, green, red. Little baby Wilfred there, he's now almost on the verge of being a year old, and he and half grown. He will grow to somewhere in the region of 16 feet when he's a full grown adult, like his mum and dad right there. They're very graceful animals, but he's got fur like a teddy bear. Very dainty. Some of your free roaming Mara out grabbing a bite to eat. Really curious animal, almost like a hare. This doesn't focus in very well with the tint of the glass, but that is not straw there, that is actually a Cape porcupine. I believe it had a young one very recently. A little bit of big cat activity going on. It's unusual not to find them being asleep. Maybe strengthening the claws. Given up on it now. The other one is up on the ridge, and there is a male lying in there somewhere, probably asleep around the corner. These are your two females. At some point there will be cubs. The problem you get is focusing through this fence. If you've got the glass view from around the side there, you might get a slightly better aspect of them. They're walking in that general direction, so we'll see what they're up to if we can. I think they're just waiting for a bite to eat. That is a beautiful view. It certainly gets a bit busy whenever there's a bit of lion activity, as you just noticed there. But I'm not one of these entitled people, so you just let them get their view as much as you do yours. These have something in common very much with us, because they are literally common. They are common waterbuck. Actually really close today. Normally if you stand up and you're near here, they just want to scat and get away from here, but they're quite content. It is very peaceful out here at the moment. Quite brisk as well. Not freezing cold, but the temperature is certainly dropping. And you can see the colours, as I said before, in the tree line, where autumn is starting to come through. There is usually a graze zebra or zebra in here with a calf, but not currently in view. Maybe in the compound at the back there. I was literally just about to turn around and say you can always trust the rhinos to be out and about, and as I just said that, two of them, the last two that were standing, sat down or laid down. I do feel for these guys. If you look, if I close in a little bit, them nuisance magpies pecking away at them. They're only after the bugs that will be around their bodies, but then they peck through and they become sore, and then they become open wounds, and the poor rhinos are left with them for months. If by magic a couple of them jump up, well, they didn't quite jump. I don't think rhinos got it within them to jump, but they're now standing to attention, and they're all behaving themselves. Usually you get a bit of a standoff. There is a male in there that can be a bit of a nuisance. Now, is he sharpening, or is he or she sharpening a tusk? It's your eye. Or are they just playing around with the log? Tusk is, of course, just like a fingernail to me or you. Going by size, I would say the one that was known as Baby Nandy, that I remember as a little calf, is this one down here in the corner. Just going purely on size. I could be totally wrong. It just effortlessly moves that log. That'll probably take a heck of a lot of effort for either myself or you. Okay guys, that confirms that rhino was in fact male, because it now has 5 legs. He's a big guy, that's for sure. Oh, gutted, I just missed that. There's a huge pouch of flatulence between maybe 3 or 4 of the rhinos. And it was like a blazing saddles moment. There's a special event going on today, and I think it's been over the half-term week. And that is known as Boo at the Zoo. Not quite on par, obviously, with what you'd get the likes of Mickey's Not So Scary or Halloween Horror Nights or SeaWorld Spooktacular, but it's an effort made. Something included in the admission, and it's something for the kids to have a little bit of fun with. Being totally honest with you, I really did not expect to see the elephants out in their paddock area today. I expected them to be in the sandpit around the corner. But it's all good. Hopefully the wind's not making too much of an issue. Slowly tiptoe our way through the mire, because that looks pretty slippy there. And for an elephant of that size, that can end disastrously. Very gingerly, tippy-toey steps through the slosh. This is kind of the reason why this time of year they start frequenting the paddock at the back, the sandpit area more. Gives this area a chance to regenerate, regrow, because otherwise this becomes a complete mud pit. Very much among my favourite animals. It's these guys, all the Asian elephants, and then of course you've got the bears. And aquatic life, I love me killer whales and me sharks and dolphins, and especially the manatees. Huge soft spot for those guys. Looks like Nang is getting cuddle time in the distance over there with her mum Donna. Had a few showers that have come down during the day, but it's not been anything overly dramatic. To those of you who may be regulars or come up here now and again, or may just have an interest, ZSL Whipsnade is currently building a monkey forest, which would be a track that comes around here and follows up to where the old sloth bears used to be at the top there. Something extra be coming probably next year. Stunning flamingos there. The first animals we actually see at SeaWorld this year. Not quite as bright though, and certainly not as big. Obviously, I've said many times before, their coloration comes through what they eat. I'm actually surprised with the temperature here in the UK that they're not already shacked up over here, which is where they would predominantly stay when it's cold. They just seek shelter in here and then frequent their pool when the water gets that little bit warmer. There really is some exceptional scenery up here at ZSL. You can walk around without even seeing the animals and take solace in it, enjoy it. The foliage, especially this time of year, with it being autumn, as everything changes colour. Obviously it's getting a bit cooler now, but we have had a fun day. Keeping it low key, keeping it quiet, just sort of gradually making our way back into things. Plan to get to London again very soon, because they've got the Winter Wonderland at Hyde Park. There's a 100th year Disney celebration exhibition, Disney store, and obviously the London Christmas lights. I'll try and do that all in one day. We shall get through the chaos that is Halloween, and then it's your turn. Yeah, Christmas will be on us before we know it. Well, I think it's something like 8-9 weeks. These are beautiful, these reindeer, otherwise known as caribou. I actually believe it's only the females that have got antlers. Now, hey guys, how stunningly beautiful is she? Does she give off them Christmas vibes? Little clicking noise made by the hooves. Around every corner there is a moment of wildlife to stop you in your tracks. These wild roaming wallabies. They used to have a pen years and years ago, but they jumped out and they've just roamed around the place ever since, free to go where they want. There's a plethora of food here, so they've got no reason to venture off site. They're quite content. It's like you're training for a marathon, pacing backwards and forwards. You're slightly smaller than your buddy, ain't you? Where we live is just over the horizon over the back there. The chaos that is going to ensue probably next week. We live within probably say 800 metres to a mile away from Bletchley Park. That is all currently ring fenced off, barbed wire, etc. Police patrols. Because there's like, it's not a G7 summit, there's an AI, artificial intelligence summit. I know that Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, is going to be there. I've heard rumours that President Joe Biden, old Sleepy Joe, he might be coming over. If not, there will certainly be a representative of America. And whether you'll get some of the social media entourage, the big guys from that genre coming over to try and sort out issues. The issues don't bother you, do they? You're just interested in Santa and his sleigh. There is a little bear activity over there. Interaction with a couple of the keepers. Looks as if they're doing a health check. The bear will be there within its pen. They'll get weights, bloods possibly, and the bear will get a nice tasty treat. yeah, they're just getting nice and comfy and dozy and lethargic and laying around, sort of thing I guess that we want to do. Cuddle up. If they had a quilt, I dare say they'd throw that over their head. But the keepers are giving them like a handful of food here and there, just to nourish them. They might go for a walk later, but it doesn't look like they will today, so hopefully next time, guys. Right, outro in a car because we had to make a dash. That's actually a lie. We just slowly plodded our way through the raindrops. That's why we're a bit sort of flushed, red in the face with the rain, etc. But it's been a good day to get back into it back here in the UK. We love the zoo. The animals, not too active. I didn't really expect it, to be honest with you, but the elephants were, and that was a bit of a shock. So with that, guys, don't know what I'm doing next week. I think we got an idea of possibly having a slow walk chat up in amongst the woods because of the colourfulness of autumn, etc. Go and visit a place where I buried some ashes of my sister, which has got a beautiful view and what have you. Talk about a few things. Possibly it could change. It's like when we sort of fly by the seat of our pants and it changes every 5 minutes. But with that, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for watching, especially all you new guys who've pretty much watched the Florida stuff. You can't do that every day. It's live like a king on maybe $250 a day, rolling over each day, going to a theme park, enjoying that. That is a dream life, but it's a holiday. This is real stuff. We're back here in the UK, saving till the next one, which is 5th of October next year. And this is what we do in between. We come here, we explore, we go to events. There's, as I said in the vlog, there's a 100-year anniversary exhibition of Disney. We're hoping to go and see that. Obviously, the Hyde Park Winter Wonderland in London, both of them in London, plus the Disney store and probably the Christmas lights. There's a Land of Light here in Milton Keynes. There is possibly Red Bull Home Run again. They've won the championship, the drivers and the constructors. They might do that. That was fun last year, and a plethora of other things. So stick around, find something that you might like that you didn't think you did. Looking at what we do, it's so varied and out there. I've got obviously the paranormal, scary, spooky stuff, an 8-week series of that coming up with Paul. That'll be on Tuesdays. And I'm knackered. Rachel's knackered. Still sort of on American time, but getting there slowly. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the movies. Bye for now.
Bye.